My role in my production team was production manager, and I was in charge of lighting. One of the main problems we had within our production team was communication with the directors. We had 3 directors that were in charge of Sleeping Beauty, which one of them was a choreographer, one was a music director, and one was an acting director. Because they weren't always talking, one of the choreographers asked the sound guys to get all these sound effects, and then the musical theatre director then decided to have a piano. So a lot of the problem we had was communication. So like we'd be asked to get something and then it wouldn't be needed. So a lot of the time I'd make sure that my guys were on top of getting things, and then we'd find out that time was wasted. So I'd make sure when I'm doing scheduling in the future, the people are scheduled to do the right thing, because it also made me look bad with the fact that time was wasted. Another problem we had was working with 3 casts. We had 3 lots of paperwork to do for 3 people, for 3 lots of people. Another issue with this was for like the sound op and the LX op, well more the SX op, we'd have all the levels recorded for one group of people, and then the next lot would come on, and we'd have to alternate it all the time. And it was like, when it came to rehearsals and I was organising rehearsals for people, they'd see one lot and then they wouldn't know that there was another 2, and it was due to the directors, and when people were timetabled in, we kept having to see the same cast, and that made like blocking and problems, because there was some minor changes with each group because they were trying to work into their strengths. Another problem that we had was I didn't really know the lighting desk, which is a bit bad because seeing as I was head of lighting, but I kind of learnt it during the process, but I should have known it beforehand. The things that went right during the production was, in the end, although we had lots of problems, was the outcome was really well. We all worked as a team, and I was quite happy with what we actually came out with. And everyone seemed to be working towards the same goal. Although a lot of the time people were not happy with what they were actually doing, everyone kind of got on with it. So in the future I'd make sure that when I do schedules and I give people job roles, they're happy with what they're actually doing. The main thing I've learned throughout this production was that team building is essential, because if people aren't happy working with each other, it can kind of cause tensions or problems. So personally I think it'd be better if we had like an activity beforehand so people could become more open with each other, and I think it would cause less problems. Another thing that I've learned is timekeeping, because like when I was making schedules for like the getting and things, I didn't really look at how much time things actually need, and for like accounting for time when there'd be problems or like communication issues, like if we didn't know when something was going to happen, and if I do a schedule for it saying this is the allotted time, a lot of the time we had incorrect information, so that time was wasted. So that was another issue. Another skill I've learned is patience. We were working with a lot of people who not necessarily knew what they were doing, but they didn't seem to be willing to do it a lot of the time, which was hard. And I know stage management had an issue backstage a lot of the time, but I've learned to be patient with lots of different kind of people now, so that's another good thing. And I also learned how to use the lighting desk for all the production, so in the future I know that now. The things I'd do differently in the future, and I would have done, is I'd be more organised, and I'd have more meetings with my team. I know I had several throughout the production process, but I didn't really know what to say in them, and to be quite honest, I wasn't really sure with my role as production manager, and I was kind of going with it as I went along, when really I should have maybe have researched how production managers actually run a company and the things that they are in charge of doing. So I should really have done that. And I tried to get some more rehearsals. I know we did go to some as a production team, but like I say, some of the rehearsals were the same cast and we had 3. So I'd hope next time that wouldn't be an issue.